Lead story today, of course, is the death of Ace Frehley of Kiss. We're going to cover that, and don't worry, I won't say much. Okay, let's just say that. I am going to go ahead and say I don't know that much about the career or life of Ace Frehley. Chris Demm is familiar with it.
He'll
lead our coverage.
Unfortunately, I saw last week or the week before that he had fallen at his home. He has a studio at his house, and that he had fallen, and there weren't a lot of details. So I don't know if that. I'm sure they're probably related. So I don't know much about what actually caused the man's death.
From what I hear, it was the fall, and it was a brain bleed after the fall. I don't know if he was ill and that's why he fell, or he just fell.
Yeah,
which is terrible.
But he had lived, by his own admission, a hard 74 years.
Okay.
I mean, he had a hard 74.
All right. And
a true rock and roll life.
We had a lot of listeners to this program, priority ones, P1s, listen at least an hour a day. One gentleman, Slammin' Sam, and he got that name as a college radio DJ.
Good name.
Slammin' Sam.
Approve.
You know what I was? Chris Kelly. I didn't.
That's all you can come up with.
I said, I want to be. Everybody around me was like, all
the Terminator,
all these different things, And I just looked at them in just total disdain. And they came to me and said, "What do you want to go by?" And I said, "I'll be Chris Kelly, thanks." And I'll be playing some pop hits as well. I'll be playing Huey Lewis in the news. Well, Slammin' Sam was my competitor. He's over at North Carolina State, right at the same year as well.
Oh, I didn't even make that connection that you were on the air at the same time.
Yeah.
On the college airwaves.
Yeah.
Much bigger school.
Bigger school. All right, but we were known for communication up in the hills of Appalachia.
That was needed back then.
That's what we're known for.
Don't drink the water. Right. The water's been tainted.
That's right.
There's lead in the well water.
That's right. I was the one that put out that information. You go to Slammin' Sam if you want the hits or whatnot. You want the classic, or you want Kiss, you go to Slammin' Sam. You want information about lead in your water that'll save your life, you come to me on WASU.
It's always amazing to me, speaking of your alma mater, we used to go up there and talk to future broadcasters in this business, and I would always ride with you, and you'd tell me tales on the way up. And like how it used to just be a 2-lane road, and you drive it on a snowy night. I mean, they made you work to go to that school.
Oh,
Biggie, now you just teed him up.
To get up and down that mountain.
Well, that's what I mean. And you in a 1980 something Chevy Cavalier?
Yes, I was. And I had that thing floored, pedal to the metal on the way up that mountain, and it would go 40 miles an hour. And people with big trucks just zooming around me. I said, "Go around." Go around. And I got there on those icy roads. Why? To get messaging out about Merlefest. To get messaging out about the ski slopes.
Yes.
These are the things. And I don't know how many lives I saved. I don't know. There were a lot of lives saved.
I bet I could guess.
When you're in this business, that's what you do routinely, frequently. Slammin' Sam knows it.
Yeah.
He played the hits. He played Kiss. That's what he played over at North Carolina State. He didn't have it so hard. He's over in the capital. I'm up in the hills. He knows a lot about Ace Frehley, and actually, such an interesting. He sent me an email saying, "This is Slammin' Sam now," along with many others. Most people said, "Don't open your poor mouth about this. Give this to Chris Depp." You know the
but I appreciated Slammin' Sam's email.
Me too.
It was full of information.
Exactly.
And at no point did he say, "Don't do this."
Exactly. He wasn't condescending. He just said, "Guys, I've been listening for a long time. I'm Slammin' Sam from the college station, NC State. Yes, a competitor of mine 40 years ago. Today, we are one trying to remember the great Ace Frehley and unity." And he said, "Here's some things you might want to use. I know a lot about Ace Frehley." And of course, my first reaction was, "Who's this guy trying to tell me my business? Try to tell me about Ace Frehley?" And then I started reading, and I was like, "Oh, that's good.
Oh, man.
I like that."
Oh, this guy is good.
Yeah, he does know.
He is slamming.
He is Slammin' Sam. And he does know a lot about Ace Frehley. So we're incorporating what he said along with some other factoids. But let's face it, Chris Demm's going to lead our coverage.
Yeah. This is one of those groups that, it hurts a generation. Kiss inspired generations of guitar players and rock bands. And it's almost hard to, unless you were there in the pre-MTV video generation, you didn't see bands like that. And, when Kiss was something that you had to see and experience. And once you did, you were almost always in the fold. Almost always.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to see him twice.
Oh, you saw them?
Yeah.
And you liked it? You enjoyed it?
I did. I never saw them in the first run. I saw them in their reunion tour in the late 90s with the original 4.
Oh, it was the originals.
Blew my mind.
Because
I was grinning from ear to ear the whole time.
Because Ace Frehley left in
early 80s.
And came back.
Yeah.
For the
They
reunion.
came back for the reunion show.
Now,
Tour.
Okay, right. So most people said, wash your whore mouth. Let Chris Demm lead it. He will. He will. Don't worry. I'll just be wowed by the knowledge of Ace Frehley as well. Okay, that's learning about him. And the first time I ever saw Kiss was on the cover of a magazine at the Piggly Wiggly on one of those rock magazines.
Okay.
1977.
Demons, Mama.
Exactly. I pointed at
Mama.
What's that, Mama?
Mama said, "Don't ever."
That's the demon.
Don't ever worry about that. That's the demon. Just stay clear of it.
She go complain to management.
100%.
Who put this in my Piggly Wiggly?
We got that magazine removed from the shelves. My mother did that, and I said, "Thank the Lord." I just had to. She shielded my eyes, and from then on, anytime I ever heard Kiss, I said, "Knights in Satan's service." I will not. I do not. We don't proclaim them, and I turned my back on them. At WASU on the college station, they're like, "We play heavy Kiss." I said, "Not on my shift. Not with Chris
Nope,
Kelly."
I've got Huey Lewis.
Right. That's what I'm going with. We're going to do a full obituary of Ace Frehley, well deserved, obviously. Coming up here, A block of the grid today. Here's something I know a little more about, and we've led with this the last few days. That Federline book keeps on giving. I'm telling you, it's out there again. Federline. He wrote the Britney Spears book, and now different things have come out in the last few days. One, he claims
Is the book even out, or are we just getting snippets each day?
That was I was like, is the book out? No, it's not out there yet. He's previewing it. It'll be on sale. I think it's next week. It goes.
So, do you think the publishers are just kind of seeding the media with one nugget a day?
Yeah, because the last few days it's just been like, well, the first day it was Britney stands over her children while they sleep with knives. Okay, she's got the knife in her hand. And
Next day, it was Britney sleeps with the female backup dancer.
Right. Both were interesting tidbits.
And you've defended
both.
Pretty much all Britney.
Yep. Okay, here's the latest. You ready? Kevin Federline in the book says Britney did cocaine while breastfeeding their children. Okay?
Off their heads?
Off their heads. I can only imagine.
That's almost impressive logistically. Think of the physicality.
That's right.
Again, I'm going to have to put this in the not anywhere surprise category.
Not anywhere?
Britney snorted rails of coke off the baby's head while she was breastfeeding.
Did the kids spin around the room like a balloon with the air being let out of it?
And I'll defend Britney on this. I said, look, those kids grew up just fine. They're all fine. Other than coarse skin, they've been fine their whole lives. They're not in the media spotlight. They seem to be well adjusted.
Yeah, she's got one in her corner, and it's you. You're hard in there.
I'm fighting for her.
Even the Free Britney people are like, I don't know about that one.
Yep. Coke while breastfeeding the children. It just keeps getting more salacious from her.
So usually books, drop on Tuesdays? Is it next week,
I think it's this coming Tuesday, a few days from now. So he just keeps like one story a day from the Kevin Federline.
Well, I saw yesterday, too, which I was like, that's going to make Christmas awkward, is he apparently posted a lot of text messages he got from her sister, who'd be like, thank God you're involved.
Yep.
Oh,
thank God. Yeah.
To Fed?
Yeah. Thank God you're raising these children, these special boys, and not crazy Britney.
And that's from her sister. Jamie Lynn? Is that her name?
That's her name, yeah. But I thought to myself,
I don't know.
I thought to myself, I wonder how much that happens, like when divorces and happens with family. That, do you keep in touch with the ex? Whatever, the ex-husband, the ex-wife, and send out messages saying, hey, it wasn't the same without you.
That's a good question. And then you're typing it. It's on text. So he's got the receipts on that, right?
He does. Yeah.
We know she did that. This other stuff could be made up, but that one, you'd assume.
Well, and even better is she would text his wife.
She texted
Kevin Federline's new wife. Yeah, I'm sorry. Jamie Lynn would text Kevin Federline's now wife with stuff too and say, I'm so glad you are involved with the boys. You guys are wonderful parents, unlike Brett.
And that's her sister saying that. So you're right, the holidays.
Didn't the two Spears sisters have a bit of a falling out?
They've been on and off.
Okay, I thought so.
I mean, with everyone in Britney's life. is on and off.
I don't know too much about it,
I think you know more than
Really,
you're letting
Jamie
on.
Just know what I read. I just know what I read is all I say. I'll tell you, this is also about like when you put something out there, it stays out there now. Like these been happening a million times. The Phillies Karen, the Giants Karen. When you get them on video and people realize
Stealing sports souvenirs.
Yeah, the Coldplay couple. Of course, once it goes now, if it's recorded, there are repercussions. It happened at the Brewers game the other night. Brewers versus Dodgers, game 2.
I did not see this.
First, I saw it this morning. There's a woman being called Brewers Karen. Now, listen to what's happened here. It's game 2, and of course, the Dodgers have won all 3 games. They won again last night. Dodgers beat the Brewers last night 3-1. They're up 3-0 in that series. Clearly on the way to the World Series. They're dominating the series.
Without a doubt.
In game 2 in Milwaukee, they were up 5-1 in the 9th, the Dodgers, and they're the visiting team. A Dodgers fan has his phone out, and in the 9th inning, he's like, "Why are y'all so quiet? Why are you so quiet?" To the fans.
Little showboating.
Yeah. Now, he has a Latino accent, and one of the Brewers fans, 50-ish-year-old woman, says, "Somebody call ICE." All right, we have the exchange now. Then he says, "Call ICE. I'm a decorated veteran of the U.S. Armed Services.
Two wars.
2 wars.
Oh, why is everybody quiet? Wait, what is this? I'm sorry.
You know what? Let's call ICE.
Call ICE. Call ICE. I'm a U.S. citizen. We're veteran, baby girl. We're veteran. 2 wars. ICE is not gonna do nothing to me. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Call ICE. Call him. Call him. Idiot.
Ooh. Okay. She said 2 words or 3 words. Somebody call ICE. Oh, try it, baby girl. Try it. Okay.
Yeah.
She's been fired from her job. She has. She's a Brewers season ticket holder. She's no longer allowed to come to Brewers games. They have revoked her season tickets, and she was on the board of the Wisconsin Make-A-Wish Foundation. She's gone. They knocked her off. She said 3 words. Somebody call ICE. To me, even though you should never say that, he's like, "Why's everybody so quiet? Let's go." He's like revving them up.
Yeah, he's annoying. Without a doubt.
But the ICE
But
comment,
within the bounds of fandom.
yeah. But I don't like that.
So I've seen the video a bunch. One, the people around. I've never seen so many Chris Kellys in my life.
Chris Kelly's.
Well, how so?
Frozen.
Oh, I wouldn't say a word.
Frozen in fear.
Well, you're getting your ass kicked. And,
Yeah,
I mean, what are you going to say?
And then it's like she yells and everybody's just like, and including her husband, who's like kind of smiling but going like, I think he knew. His face is kind of laughing like, but I think at the same time he's like, our life's about to change.
Pucker.
Yeah. But he is I think he's drunk and annoying.
I do too.
And of course she yells that. The other thing about the video that everyone has pointed out is, why does every Karen have to have the same haircut? I mean, it really has. The joke is the haircut. Yeah. And she, once again, somebody made a montage of all these Karens lined up and was like, please, how is it possible that they all have this haircut?
So if you've got a possibly drunk guy in your face saying that kind of stuff, and you, for 1 second, lose your cool and say something like that, should your life be destroyed? I mean, she's lost her job. She's no longer allowed to go to Brewers games, and she's off the Wisconsin board of the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I think what hurt her, too, is the fact that he's a veteran who served and did 2 tours. And that's what people pointed out, too. They were like, everyone around didn't know what to say once he said, by the way, I fought for this country twice. And everyone, including her, because after he says, I'm a veteran, that's when she's like,
They shouldn't say anything.
She clams up.
I don't think she should be fired for that. I just don't think you should lose your job for that. But maybe the tickets. I don't think you should lose your job.
I mean, he was
Does
drunk.
She have to work with other Latinos?
That's the
other
thing.
people who might have darker skin?
Especially, I mean, kick her
that's
off.
her go-to, right?
I'd kick her right off the Make-A-Wish board.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah,
you seem to have an accent. You get out of the country.
Yeah, I mean, the race angle is right there. I mean, plain as day.
Well, also, he's not allowed to go to Brewers games anymore either. Of course, he's a Dodger fan. Yeah, so why would he?
Does he live in Wisconsin?
No, I don't know.
I
just know he's got a Dodgers jacket.
Well,
or
it started because I believe she's pointing out that he's drinking a seltzer, like it's called like Happy Dad or something, and she's kind of pointing saying like, you're not drinking a real beer.
She started it?
Well, it picked up midway, but that's why he kind of turns the camera at one point and shows what he's drinking. Because she's kind of mouthing like, "You're not drinking a real beer," and then it goes from there, and that's when she's like, "I'm gonna call ICE," and that's what. Then he's like, "Okay,
guess what?
Call ICE." Yeah,
I served in 2 wars. I don't know. I just feel like it's your lowest moment. It's caught on camera, and I don't think she should lose her job. He was the guy who was in her face. He was instigating.
We've talked about this before. She can come out and say, "I'm sorry, that's not who I am," but it clearly is who you are.
I guess. I suppose.
If that's what rushes to your brain when you're having an argument with a Latino person, that's who you are.
Yeah, but he's the aggressor in the case. He is. Why are y'all so quiet? What are you doing? It's like, and he's drinking, and it's like, I get it. I understand what you're saying, and she should be reprimanded and probably lose her tickets. Her livelihood's gone, because she said this. Now, I didn't think about the fact that maybe she's got to work with other Latinos.
Well, not only that, but I mean, how does it look for your company
to support it?
To support this person? I mean, if there was suddenly video of me today screaming out at Latinos at the gas station, what would you two do? You'd be like, that's not the Biggie I know, but would you still want to associate with me if I'm running around the BP screaming, "Call ICE, call ICE"?
I would. I know you. I know that's not who you are. So if you, for some reason, did that, which I would never expect of you, I would say, this guy's a good guy. Let's give him a second chance. That's what I would say.
You might, but the company might feel differently.
They might. They might fire you just because.
Yeah, because we have, advertisers who might say, this guy.
Well, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where she works that they did fire. Marketing firm, I believe, and they got rid of her. Anonymous, we're talking about Britney Spears a minute ago. You had a story about your ex-wife. Biggie was saying, do you still text with other family members once there's a breakup? Go ahead.
Yeah, once her and I split up, I still had relations with her family and all that. Her uncle called me one time for a 4th of July cookout, and he said, "Hey, it's gonna be a big cookout. Family's gonna be here. You got to be here. You know how it is." I was like, "Well, I don't want to cause any problems with the family. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings." He said, "You don't understand. You're invited. She's not."
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
You made it to the family gathering. She didn't make it to the family gathering. They liked you better than they liked her, even though it's blood.
She's blood.
She's blood. I guess in that case, blood is not thicker than water.
Yeah.
You came on. And you went to the party?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Boy, that's a real slap in the face.
A little bit.
I mean, if I were her, I would be upset about that. Shane, you wanted to comment. Shane's on the line about this Brewers fan who said, "Call ICE" to the guy who was saying, "Hey, why y'all so quiet?" at the Brewers game against the Dodgers the other night. Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah. So he's actually come out and said that she shouldn't have gotten fired. It was nobody got hurt. They were just all jaw jacking. It was just part of the game, and that she shouldn't have gotten she shouldn't get her life ruined over this.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, he put out the video.
Well, he didn't have to do that, did he?
I mean, if it was just true, hey, we're all being fans here.
I wish he would have said, I wish she would have apologized. And so I should never have said that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. You you were saying stuff. I don't like it. We're losing, and I'm sorry. And then I wish he would have said, "Hey, man, no hard feelings. Let me delete this video."
Yeah,
but that's not where we are.
We're all just being fans right now.
Yeah, but that's not where we are, of course. He puts it out there. You're right. He did release the video. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate it. Tracy, you have a comment as well about the kerfuffle in Wisconsin. Go ahead.
Kerfuffle? What are you doing? Anyway.
I don't know. Sometimes I go for those. Go ahead.
So a couple things here. With as socially and emotionally charged as this whole thing is about ICE, you've got people who are really, polarized. You've got people who swing one way or the other as it relates to that. Mm-hmm. And more oftentimes than not, they're swinging for this is just not something we should be doing. The other thing that I was sharing with Biggie is that a lot of these companies have a morals clause. And if you conduct yourself in such a way, especially with something that's as polarizing as what's happening now with ICE, a lot of these companies do not want that associated with them because they've got customer base and things like that could very well decide, to do kind of like what happened with Cracker Barrel, and then you got this mass excess of customers and whatnot as well. So employees, do have to be careful, when it comes to how they conduct themselves out in public, because ultimately it can be a reflection on the organization.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's Biggie's point, and that's right. I mean, that's true. It does reflect. If he were to put it out there and say, "Look, here's where she works," and she's still employed there, they'd have. They really have no choice. I mean, in this era. Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate that, especially with topics like this. They may not have a choice. I mean, I kind of hate it for her because it's 2 seconds and she
engaging with an obnoxious drunk.
Yeah, and you're done. You know, that's it.
That's why most of us stay silent.
Like all the quote unquote Chris Kellys around her. That's right.
They're still working.
There is one guy.
I got my job.
We're going to work this morning.
Right. That's why most of us just sit quietly.
There is one guy I love who, as it said, he clearly looks up like he's like, "What is going on up there?" Is that a bird?
Are we bringing is our closer pitching?
Yeah.
What's going on here? God, what a night. You lose your job, you lose the game, all of that.
Yeah. And now the Dodgers are going to the series. You got to deal with that
without question.
Yeah.
They're going.